Fire Wasps, Golf Cart, Panda, Semen Smoothie.
Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Episode 7 of Is We Dumb. I'm Joe Paisley.
Who am I?
Phil.
Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone.
I'm Dan Cummins.
Can you imagine? Like, he's turning it on, you're dressed up like Fred Flintstone. How confusing that would be.
And I just insist for the duration of the catalog.
Get mad.
Fred Flintstone.
Right.
I believe I am Fred Flintstone.
Do you have a story for me, Dan? You're like, Fred. Please call me Fred.
You're just like, listen, people have been emailing in a lot. No one thinks it's funny. It's gone on too long.
Yeah.
No one. Why? Fred Flintstone?
Why are you doing this?
No one liked the Flintstones when they were even on.
They barely like them now. Like, what are you doing? New episodes of Is We Dumb every Wednesday at noon. And the goal, like always, to come out on the other side of this episode being a little less dumb than we were going in. And we'll look at good stuff too. And so we can take examples from the good people and apply them to our lives.
Exactly. We're trying to get better.
We are.
And that's going to happen today.
Right.
I've been shamed, and we'll talk about that soon.
We will very soon. Online, Facebook, Instagram, at Is We Dumb. If you want to send in some segment content, you do that at dumb@iswedumb.com. That's Would You Rather ideas, Dumb Dumb Idiots, One-Star Heroes, which, speaking of sending in segment content,
yes,
today we have our first ever Dumb Dumb Idiots listener edition.
Yay.
Yay! So we're going to be reading some stories that were sent our way to dumb@isbedumb.com. Very excited to get to those.
Awesome.
Everything else, info@isbedumb.com. Can find our merch at badmagicmerch.com or isbedumb.com. And then, again, addressing this, I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to do it, but moving forward, we will be posting links for all the videos that we watch and any segment content or links that we may present for the To You From Internet segment.
Sweet.
Put those in the description. Okay.
I like it.
So we have some things to address.
Okay.
And this one, let me get some. I would like to make an apology.
Okay.
For how terrible I was at very simple math last episode.
Okay.
You didn't catch it?
I didn't. I know it was some football field talk.
When I said it, as soon as it left my mouth, I was like, and then I set it up as I did a bunch of research, which I did. So I have nowhere to wiggle out of this.
And what was the original usage?
I said half a mile is 24 football fields.
Okay.
No, not even close. Unless they were like short arena football fields or like tiny miniature, like toy football fields.
Right.
It's 7.3 football fields.
Okay, so a little bit off.
Just a little all the way off.
But in the flow of conversation, though, you really stop to do like that kind of math. I would have to think like, all right, well, 100, football fields, roughly 300 feet. Well, not roughly exactly, and then 300 feet divided into 5. Yeah, I get it.
Which I'm actually very happy that you said that.
Yeah.
Because I have a microphone and I like to flip shit on people.
Yeah.
Who are sending me hundreds of messages about how dumb I am.
Sure.
And they said that it was 300 feet or like 100 yards.
Right.
I just like to point out it's actually 120 yards.
Oh,
so
the end zones.
So go fuck yourself.
Because the end zones. Because you're talking about a football field.
Right. So everyone who sent that in, go fuck yourself.
Another technicality. Technicality on top of the technicality.
I had to flip it back.
Sure.
And then I'm not the only one. And I got something for you.
I know. And do you have special music for me?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Good.
This is a special hat for you.
This is a little hat. This is a dumb guy bad boy hat. I ordered a poop hat, a poop emoji hat. That hasn't come in yet.
There you go.
So
turn it other way. Turn it a little bit the other way.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
And
for video viewers, I got my dumb guy bad boy hat on.
So I addressed how dumb at math I am, and go ahead, sir.
Sometimes you just do things because you don't even think about it, and maybe you just try and rationalize the hurt it could cause others because you just want to live your life the way you like to live it.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I like to live fast, and I don't like to wait, and I'm impatient, and I let my impatience turn me into a naughty boy.
Oh, the naughtiest
boy.
Yeah.
And I want to address parking in handicap spots.
Please do.
I listen. I did put an asterisk in it, and I did say I hurried. So let me apologize for the thing that I did do, and I don't want to get the wrong message. I didn't do it a lot, and I would do it only if there was other handicap spots that were also open, and I knew I'd be quick. But it has been brought to my attention by many, many listeners that is never okay. And I'm setting a bad example. And I thought about it, and I am going to continue to park in places I shouldn't if it's not handicapped.
Okay.
Because I don't care about those places until something else is brought to my attention.
Okay.
But I will no longer, under any circumstances, park in a handicapped space because I know that on the off chance that someone were to show up, that's not good for them. And it's not a good example for others to emulate, because then if other people start doing it, then the parking lots are going to be full, and the handicapped people can't park in those spots. And also people like me also can't park in those spots because other assholes have done what I was doing.
Yeah, they've taken your thing a step further.
They've taken it further. But I am seriously, but in all seriousness, I won't do it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. It was one of those things. It was good. And I think it's a good part of the show where it's like, I rationalized it like, well, what are the odds? Blah, blah, blah. And I think human beings, we're so good at rationalizing things. You know, it's easy to point out things in others, but with ourselves, like, yeah, but I got shit to do today.
It's just me.
It's just me, and I'm in a hurry, so that justifies everything. And I do realize, in all seriousness, that's a fucked up justification to rationalize doing something shitty because, like, well, yeah, I'm in a hurry.
Right.
Of course, I had to hit her.
What do you want?
I knew she was going to keep talking if I didn't smack her.
I had a place to be.
That's what I had. It's like, no, it's a fucking ridiculous rationalization.
Never. Right.
So yeah. So thank you for pointing out that I'm an asshole. I'm a dumb guy. And now I'm better.
You are better
because I'm not going to do it anymore.
You've learned.
I'm evolving,
and we've already addressed that. The goal of the show is to be better on the other side. I feel like we're doing that right now.
So thank you for shaming me.
And I do promise I'm not that bad at math. But that was embarrassing as fuck. So anyway, before we get off to the...
I like that the shaming things is you weren't great at math, but I'm a piece of shit. But I just want to point that out.
But I will get there. I will 100% say something that I'll have to apologize for. But you are very good at that. Before we get off to the very super most important starting question, I had something that just happened to me a couple days ago. It was this past weekend. And maybe this should be a new segment idea. I don't know what it would be called, but I came across and had to experience dumb in the wild. And oh God.
I haven't heard the story, but I know the base,
the result.
Yeah.
And you know me.
Yeah.
Like
you're pretty calm.
I'm a pretty calm guy.
You
it
are.
takes a lot to fire me up. I'll get mad and I'll get excited and energetic, but actually mad about something.
Yeah. You're pretty laid back and you do a good job regulating anger.
Right. I don't think I've ever yelled at anybody in the service industry for sure.
Okay.
Like someone could show up with a wig of hair in my pasta. I'm like, oh man, it's fine.
It happens.
It happens. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Sure. What? I'll pay full price.
Okay.
I'm just that guy.
Yeah.
You have to be really big for you to complain. So I went to and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the place, even though I love it and I've been there a million times.
Yeah.
We have a pita pit.
Yep.
Downtown here in Coeur d'Alene.
Pita Pit started here in Coeur d'Alene.
Right. Yeah. They have their headquarters here, their training stuff. And I know the manager. She's very nice.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with her. And I've said I've been there thousands and thousands of
love
times.
Pita Pit. Yeah.
No issues.
Yep.
So I go in there this past weekend, picking up food for my family. And there's a couple people there at a table, and I just walk up to the cash register.
Yeah.
I wait for the gentleman to recognize me. And I just stand there. He walks over, and he taps the screen. Right. He just gets a little tappy root.
Little tap.
And left and right hands, he's gripping his screen, and he's just looking at it. Right. So to me, as a customer, I'm like, oh, he's like waking the screen up.
Sure.
Right. He's just like, he's getting to the next phase, and then we're going to do the order part.
Yeah.
He stands there and he stares at his screen. I swear to God, for at least 10 seconds, just standing there. And I'm polite guy, standing there waiting for him. Something's going on. He takes his hands off, looks up to me after 10 seconds of silence, and goes, "Can I help you?"
Okay, with a little bit of sass.
A lot of sass.
Okay, a lot of sass.
And like fucking his face, like right in my eyes, right? He just goes, "Can I help you?" Like I was, anyway, I thought about ignoring it. I thought about just being like, I'm just like doing my order. And I was like, yeah, I'll have two. And I was like, wait, am I fucking bothering you? Like I said it.
You said that.
Directly. Like it was that dick.
And you said fucking
I did.
Okay, good.
And
okay.
I said, am I fucking bothering you?
Nice.
And he goes, no. And I was like, do you want me to walk in here and just start yelling my order?
Right.
Like no matter if anyone's listening or not? I was like, I'm waiting for you to start this conversation. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, that was the rudest way I've ever been greeted like at a restaurant in my entire life. And he just like doesn't say anything. And I just go back, I'll have two fully loaded. And he just like went back to my order.
Right.
And I heard the people like behind me like kind of like laughing a little bit.
Yeah.
So we get the order and all of that done.
Okay.
At this moment, I wanted to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I have to say something or else he's just going to do this to other people. So then he goes in the back room.
Yeah.
And in Pita Pit, you can see the back room when you're ordering your food.
Okay.
So he's back there fucking explaining it to his friends in the back room. Like, I'm the fucking jackass. Like, this guy gets like, am I fucking bothering you? I was like, oh my God. And now he's making me look like a shithead.
Yep.
And at that moment, I wanted to jump over there again and just go sweep his legs out and smash his head into the fucking sink.
Love it. Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
And here's the fun twist.
Yeah.
Here was my power move, my flex.
Okay.
Before I left to go to order my food, they hand the receipt, right?
Yeah.
There's a tip line.
Yep.
And here's what I did. I fucking tipped him. Right? I gave him $3, which is more than I would normally give somebody for just taking my order.
Okay.
Gave him $3. He like watched me write it, and I just held it out and just stared directly into his fucking eyes.
Yes.
As hard as I could as he like had to take the receipt from me.
Yeah.
And he like slowly grabbed it and like put it down. Like I said nothing and just fucking like went down the line staring into his soul. So I did the power move by still tipping him like, yeah, go fuck yourself. You're not going to ruin my day.
Good.
But I've never done that, and it drove me crazy. It was so dumb. Like that's why you're fucking there.
Now, do you think that when you left, I mean, just based on his body language and overall attitude, do you think he took away anything from that experience?
He perked up a little bit after we had our interaction. He did perk up, and then more people came in to order, and he was nicer to them.
Okay.
Like he was just like a little more of like, didn't want to smash his face. Like, I don't know, he's having a bad day. But I understand a bad day.
Right.
Just stand up and be like, oh, 1 second. Can I help you? Like, what can I get you? Like anything like that, but don't go, can I help you?
Yeah.
Like fucking,
Oh, dude, that reminds me of like, it's my smoothie guy bit from stand-up. It's like, this bit I did like years ago. Yeah, like I wanted a strawberry smoothie. It came from a very similar experience of like feeling like I was bothered, and it sent me off into a rage as well.
Oh, yeah. I screamed it. Like, it was way over. I had a mask on, so I want to make sure he heard me.
Right.
Am I fucking bothering you?
Now, did you pull? Was there a manager also there?
No, not that I knew. And unless she like moved on and she's not the manager anymore. But I do know who she is.
Oh, and you know her name and everything like that. Did you think about being like, hey, well, I guess I can just talk to blah blah?
I did. But I
calmed down.
I calmed down and I thought like, what would that? But she'll believe me. But then what purpose? Like he's gonna get fucking fired anyway.
True.
You can't act like that. Right. So I kind of got my edge in. Like, do I take it to the point where I get this kid fired? Because he probably was like 18.
And some will say like you said, like, oh, maybe he was having a bad day. But I look at it like this way: if you're having a bad day at work, everybody gets that. Yeah. It's on you to say that. Sorry, man. I'm having a real bad day.
When I came back,
you can't expect the customer to assume that like maybe there was family tragedy. Maybe you have to say that.
Sure.
Otherwise, people are just gonna think you're a fucking dick.
Or you just got to bury it for a second while we do our order thing.
Right.
And then you go back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't come in there with my shit and be like, oh fucking.
No, but I would have been. I think your anger was justified because that's a thing too, where it's like Lindsay and I talk about that a lot when someone is just like. I get it. Yeah, again, get it if you're having a bad day, but you can tell that some people like genuinely just don't want to be there, don't want to have that job. And I've had jobs that I didn't want to be working either. Like everybody understands that. Tough fucking shit.
Sure.
Like you are there. And it's like, oh, is that job? Oh, is it sad for you to work there? You know, it'd be more sad not having a job.
Yeah.
And then just being unemployed. Like, I have no sympathy for people who in a customer service position can't put on a fucking smile and just do this. And it's like, especially with what we do, like podcasting, like that comedy, you got to be up. It's not like we're always in the greatest of moods and life is perfect and amazing before the mics come on.
Yeah.
But it's like, push that stuff aside and have some fun.
Right.
And it's like, and there's people that can do that at work at a customer. They can take up a bad day. They can push it aside and they can power through. And there's other people who just choose not to.
I can take down and like not energetic. You don't have to fucking clap for me and do a spin and be like, what would you like, sir?
Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, just don't stand there for 10 seconds and then look up and be like, can I help you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what
just don't act like I'm bothering you.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man. Like, that's...
Right.
I was being super nice and patient with you.
Oh, my God.
On your fucking screen. Anyway. So, Dumb in the Wild. That was fun. We'll see where that goes. But
I like it. I like it.
It just takes a lot to fire me up, so I figured we'd go there.
We could have, like you mentioned, some kind of vent segment if people like it.
Right.
So if you want to hear more of these, I think there'll be plenty more.
Oh, yeah, tons. There's dumb people all over the place. It just turns into like me and you sharing stories about each other. This fucking asshole.
I work with this guy. I can't fucking stand him.
That's all it is. Like, yeah. Did you hit him? No, I didn't. But I wanted to.
I wanted right now.
All right, let's move on to the very super most important starting question.
Yes.
Yeah. The very super most important starting question. This one was sent our way to dumb@isbydumb.com by Dummy Boyd.
Okay.
Just gave me a one namer.
Yeah.
A Boyd. Let's go ahead and bring it up on the screen, Zach.
Zach! Come on! Oh.
See, I don't even want... He took it back off. Okay.
It's back.
I swear to God, buddy. Would you rather Watch your parents have sex once a week for the rest of your life, or join in once and it stops.
Oh my God. This may be one of the easiest ones so far.
For you?
For me.
Okay. But I mean, I've got some things to address with it.
I'll watch it once a week for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Like just joining in is just an absolute hard no for me.
How hard?
Rock hard.
Right. It's a rock hard.
Sensitive tip.
Sensitive tip, no.
Sensitive, no.
Pulsating red,
I will
no.
gladly jerk off on the sidelines once a week for the. Wait, I'm sorry. No, but I mean, God, that is brutal to have to watch. Mm-hmm. Also entertaining because my parents are divorced.
Yeah, well,
and don't care for each other.
So more, you just get to like watch them hate fuck each other. That's kind of fun, isn't it?
It's interesting.
It isn't. It's another level.
But man,
it's
having
not
to
just
watch.
Sex.
As always with these questions, I feel so good at first, but then like that is a special hell.
It is
52 times a year to watch your and because my parents don't care for each other and they're older. Like, does it have to go until they finish? Because I feel like, or until one finishes, because I feel like that's going to take a long time, because of the genuine dislike of each other, and they're not spring chickens,
right?
And so
here's what my brain brain went with this. It was like, watch your parents have sex, and I was like, okay, how am I watching them? So do I have a theater? And like the curtains are like da-da-da,
yeah,
and you just sit there with like your popcorn.
Now showing
your parents fucking.
Right.
Scene one, and then like, is it a movie theater or are you driving to work? And then like you hear something in the back seat, and you're like, what the fuck? And your parents are fucking in the back seat of your car.
Are they in your bed?
Like, how does it pop up? You go like take a shower, and then all of a sudden you look out and your parents are like fucking, like, where does that happen?
Do you have to wash the sheets or sleep in your parents' wet spot?
Yo, that cuddle puddle, just kind of sliding around in there a little bit.
But as awful as all of that is, joining in.
Okay.
I mean, do you ever recover?
I'm trying. My brain is trying to think of different ways that you could do it. Is it just your parents having sex? Does everyone have masks on and you go to an orgy and you just like happen to fuck your mom and you don't know you did, and then it all stops? I don't know. What do you want?
Can you imagine masked orgy?
Damn.
And right, exactly. And then as you halfway in, like you've already been doing it, and it's like, Joe. Oh my God!
How'd you get here,
Joey?
Who told you? You're looking great these days.
I would vomit myself. I would vomit myself to death. I would be so sick to my stomach I would die from just vomiting.
And then there's also, it says for the rest of your life. So like, do your parents just all of a sudden have infinite life? Okay. Or if your parents, like, sadly they pass away, but then they're not fucking in front of you anymore.
I just
It'd
thought
be the happiest funeral you've ever been to.
I just thought of a loophole.
Okay.
You can kill your parents. There's no rule against killing your parents in this.
No, I didn't say you can't kill them.
I think I watch it for as long as I can take before I have to kill them.
You might as well just kill them out the gate, man.
If I kill him out, if I know I'm going to kill him, if I know I'm going to kill him eventually, then I guess they have to die.
They have to die.
So
I go best of both worlds. You might as well fuck them and then kill them.
What? JK. Come on. Come on. He's joking around.
Come on, everybody. Why would I do that?
Well, I can't. As terrible as option one is, I mean, and that is a terrible option to have to watch them. Mm-hmm. That is so scarring.
He's probably get used to it.
I guess, you know what? That's the thing. I think the first 30, 40 times, you're like, oh my God.
Right.
But then after a while, you're just like, whatever, you're just daydreaming. Like your parents are literally fucking in front of you, your elderly parents in front of you. Uh-huh. And then in your head, you're just like, I got to grab some 2% milk.
Get the eggs on the way home.
I know we have one Doritos for camping.
Just spin it in the best way you can. Like, I was coming to the side of town anyway. Had to get some stuff from the grocery store, like just total therapy, self-therapy on how it's not so bad. You just have like a little
to-do list in the morning where you're like, okay, got to record this podcast. Got to make sure and get the kids to soccer practice. Got to watch my parents fuck. Got to grab a pizza.
It is only once a week too.
It is once a week. I'm gonna. You know what? I can't fuck my parents, so I'm gonna have to watch them.
I think I'm right there with you.
Okay, we do. We both got it.
We'll just watch our parents fuck. What's the big deal?
That is going to put so many horrific visuals in everyone's mind who listens.
It is. Again, dumb at isbydumb.com. You can send your would you rathers there or any other segment content. Should we take a look at ourselves?
Let's get out of here.
Let's move on. All right. Is we dumb? Hi. We're gonna do your story this week.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty excited about myself.
Okay,
Because last week was I don't even what was mine? The key thing.
I'm gonna put my hat back on for this story because it feels appropriate.
All right.
Okay, so I did this on social media. I don't know if I talked about it on a podcast or not.
Okay.
But a while back, I may have even talked about it on this one. I can't totally remember. But my daughter Monroe got stung by a ground hornet, yellow jacket, whatever. Some little hornet guy.
I don't think you've.
I don't think I've
I haven't gotten the whole story yet. I've just
Okay.
seen little pieces of it, but I don't think we haven't talked about it here.
So this was like a month or two ago. Maybe like I don't know, whatever, 6 weeks ago, whatever. In the backyard, we had this recessed window by downstairs and a little landscape thing coming up to the yard.
Right. And
then there's a bunch of weeds. We fixed it since, but there were a whole bunch of weeds that had grown. We didn't deal with the little area very well. We were gonna like re-landscape it. So tons of weeds.
Okay.
And then hidden amongst those weeds and these little like rock retaining wall kind of landscaping bricks, there was this ground hornet nest or yellow jacket or whatever. I never took the time to study, but a stingy insect.
Peep in like, with the magnifying glass.
Right.
What are you?
What are you?
Let's take a peek here.
I think yellow jackets. And
Okay.
Monroe and Kyler were playing on the trampoline. Some ball they were playing with went into the weeds. She went to get it, and then they swarmed her and stung her several times, which then fired me up. And I was like, "Fuck these wasps!" And I just, in an emotional moment, I went and grabbed. There was a bunch of gasoline. I'm like, I've burned wasp alive in the past because I hate them so much, and I poured the gasoline all over this. And then set it on fire. And even my son, Kyler, you would think that like the 14-year-old boy would be the one like, more fire!
Do it again!
No, opposite. He was like, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot of fire. Like he was very nervous. Yeah. It definitely flamed up higher next to the house than I thought. And I did burn all of the wasps.
Okay.
I hated them so much. Even one wasp tried to escape. He tried to get out of it.
Yeah.
I gave him a little light slap, like a clap, but not too hard with my gloves.
Okay.
To stun him so I could then pick him up and drop him into the fire. That's how much I hated him. I actually did that. So I made sure they're all dead. They all burned alive.
Yeah.
Then, and I realized this is the dumb part. The dumb part is the thing I did like a week later.
Okay.
So I put the fire out. It takes a little while with the hose to get the fire out. And even Lindsay, my wife, she was like, man, she's like, that got really close to the house. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
maybe
but
shouldn't
I'm here.
do that again.
Maybe we shouldn't do that again. Well, a week later, I do like fire because I'm probably a maniac.
Yeah.
And I've always liked fire. And I just thought, what if I could just get rid of the rest of the weeds with more gasoline?
Right. I mean, they have the Bernie weed things where they put the
Yeah.
propane.
I've seen that on the side of the road.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they're not doing it like 2 feet from a house.
No, why would they? Because that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. And I already knew it was dangerous because I was worried the week before, but then I was excited for fire. So I put more gas all over that area and lit it, and it burned so high. And then the gas must have really soaked in the ground oil. It was a motherfucker to get out. Like it was really hard to put out.
Because it's like elevated a little bit, right? Like
It's elevated on the top, and then it goes down to the recessed
right.
window.
So it's just like sunk in and just
sunk in,
right.
and so when it's sunk in, if the flames go up high enough, they're basically hitting the rain gutter, and it's a super bad fire season already. And so I easily could have been the idiot who's like, oh, "I'm sorry, how did you burn your house down?
Where'd the whole neighborhood go?"
Right, and the insurance company being like, "No, of course we're not paying you.
I mean, I'll look if it's covered, but there's no fucking way it is.
You just let me see if burning weeds." With gasoline right next to your house is covered in your policy. Turns out you're a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, turns out I'm not going to turn the page. No, it's not.
Absolutely
you
not.
gotta pay extra for that kind of dipshit.
And that's I feel like this is a story that should happen when you're like 15.
Yeah, I loved fire growing up.
Right.
I would make my own fireworks. Like I was the fucking pyro.
Yeah, you love fireworks.
Yeah. And I did something similar, but I was not. Your age. I was around the age that I guess I could have done something dumb, I guess. But when I found out that you could write stuff in gasoline and set it on fire,
yeah,
it was over.
Yeah.
So I remember one of the very first times. Now we're best friends, but my buddy Josiah, came over to my house.
Okay.
My mom trusted us
to not burn stuff.
Not sure. My little sister was sleeping. We were supposed to just like hang out there while she went to the post office and then come back. And it was she was gone for like 10 minutes maybe.
Right.
And in those 10 minutes, that door closed, and I went, "Want to see some gasoline?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, okay." So I take him out and I start doing gas stuff. And then I'm like, how do I spell your name? And I'm writing his name in gasoline on the side of the fucking house. Right.
Right.
Like right directly, like not on the side,
Yeah.
but the side. Like there's maybe 3 feet between where I'm doing this shit. And I light it, put his name out there. And the second I light it, my mom comes around the corner. And I've never gotten hit with a fucking wooden spoon that hard in my life.
She cold cocked you.
Oh man,
sucker punched you with a wooden spoon.
Ear in, like super pissed. Like she was like, your little sister's sleeping in the house. We could have fucking killed your little sister.
Oh my God.
Like you're supposed to be watching it.
Yeah,
and the
legitimate.
flames are just like touching the house, and we're just like, yeah,
fire,
my name,
fire,
yeah, my name. Look how cool that looks. And I got in big trouble. And that's the first time I met him. So he came over, and then I got my ass whooped, and then his mom had to come get him and go home.
But now you guys are the best of friends.
And now we're best of friends.
You're bonded by fire.
Probably for that exact reason. Has to be. So I get it. I mean, fire's scary.
As you were telling your fire story, I remember that that was actually the second time I almost burned down a house. One was closer in college. I thought it'd be funny to light one of our chairs on fire in the yard.
Yeah.
And I put so much charcoal lighter on it that we forgot like there was because we were super drunk. There was a tree above it.
You're dead sober. That'd be scarier.
and the flames burned so hot. Like they started to. We were worried it was going to catch the tree on fire.
Yeah.
And we ended up having one basically a little water line between the kitchen window and the chair, where it was like 6 of us just handing them buckets down the chain to throw on the chair. Like a cartoon. And then there'd be another. We'd bring the bucket back down the line to the window, fill it up in the sink, back down to throw it. We were legitimately very nervous.
It's amazing how fast fire gets. I've burned a giant TV in the front lawn of our fraternity.
Nice.
Like one of those huge old school box TVs. And it's funny, and then it really gets big.
It goes from so much fun to,
like,
God,
to holy
scary.
shit. Yeah, the grass starts catching on fire, and you're like, what the fuck are we doing? Huge chunks fly off into a bush.
Right.
And you're trying to put that fire out. Yeah, it gets out of hand.
And I like talking about this as the air quality around here is the worst it's ever been.
In the history
it's in the hazard level.
Yeah, it's almost
I feel smoke in my throat right now. It's so the west, basically the entire West Coast is on fucking fire right now.
Right, and all of that smoke from like the Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, and like Seattle area, middle of Washington.
Yeah.
That jet stream is coming right over the top of us.
And there's fires not too far from us. Up by Hayden, or up past Hayden by Sandpoint. Now there's fires.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Don't play with fire.
Don't play with fire.
So we've learned a lot of things. Bad at math.
Don't park in handicap spots.
Don't play with fire. Right, and don't be mean to me at Pita Pit.
Yep.
Or I'm gonna say a naughty word at you, and I'm gonna think about being real mean, and I won't be.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But you'll still tip him.
I still tipped him. I'm so dumb. All right, let's take a look at other dumb people. Dumb idiots.
Dumb idiot.
And as we hinted out the gate, this is our very first listener edition of Dumb Idiots, which I'm very happy about. It's a blast. So we're just going to get to our first story here, and I'm just going to read what was written in. Both of these listener editions of Dumb Idiots do come with pictures.
Okay.
But this first one cracked me up because it is just preposterous that these events unfolded for him. So we're going to look at Dummy Dylan from Utah, who writes, so my girlfriend and I decided to go eat at a local burger joint, and it must have gone right through me because John Huck, as he would say, it was angry business. Dumping family-sized cans of chili into a bathtub levels of angry.
Oh my God.
So it just did not go well with his body.
Okay.
And as I'm doing my business, I hear some talking behind me. So I turned around and found out that one of the drive-thru attendants had accidentally left their headset on the railing directly by the toilet.
Oh, no.
That he is using. He goes, I have been having the most aggressive shit of my life, and it's been audible to the drive-thru guests. I might have traumatized a family outing. I'm never going back there again. Oh, my God. So thank you, Dylan. Zach, go ahead and bring it up. So this is what he's talking about. You can see his little mask.
Yep.
Which on the shitter, I mean, I feel like maybe we should put that back on. That might help, like the poop smell. But then right next to him, hanging off that little like safety rail, is one of the drive-through headsets. And can you imagine
hearing that?
Like, can I get a? Excuse me.
That would be amazing if it was left on.
No, just one more. Like him, just like the kind that hurts you. You're like you're stuck in that line, ordering a literal number 2,
and just hear what sounds like a can of beans being dumped into a bucket of water.
Because someone's like you're
splashing,
hearing a mop, like a mop sound. You're like, what is happening inside this drive-through?
That is embarrassing when you have I get like having the terrible bathroom experience and not being able to go back.
Right. I mean, there's some moments that are so embarrassing that you just will never go back.
Right.
What's like an embarrassing moment you've had in public?
Okay.
I know that I've had fucking plenty.
I was going to tell a different story we had talked about before the show, but I'm going to flip it.
Okay.
Because this reminded me of a situation. You were there, actually.
Oh, all right.
But you didn't know. It's when we first went to it. The restaurant's no longer in town currently. They're finding a new location. It was 10 over 6.
Okay.
Fans of Time Suck. The show.
Big fans.
So they were excited. It was the first time we were there. They're excited to have us.
Yeah. Hugs and
hugs and everything. Yep. And
beignets, all the stuff.
All the stuff. And so happy. And like the staff, were excited. And it was like such a cool experience.
Yeah.
And something didn't sit right in my stomach. And I made the terrible decision to use their bathroom before going back to the office, and I absolutely fucking destroyed it. The worst smell. Like we're like, you ever like in the stall where you're sitting and somebody, it's like you're worried for their health.
Right.
You're like, I don't know what's going on in your stomach.
Like, fuck
but
this smoke.
You're dying.
The smoke hazard level.
Right.
Like in there, super toxic.
Right.
You might pass out.
Super toxic. Like paint. The whole cliche of like the paint peeling off the wall.
Right.
It was all of that. Plus, it plugged the toilet, and then I tried to unplug the toilet, and sometimes when the plug and made it worse.
I just turned it into a soup.
And so
I hate that.
I left the bathroom as it was starting to flood, and the poop stuff was going. And then I was just like, please God, let somebody be waiting to use the bathroom so they don't know it's me. I leave, and then one of the people working there is ready to go in the bathroom, and in my head I'm like, we need to leave fucking now.
You just walk over and grab us both by our collars and yank us out. We are good day, sir. Just get us the fuck out of
So
there.
I never said anything to you and Lindsay because I was so embarrassed that all of that had just happened. And I know my wife, Lindsay, would have been like, you can't just leave.
Yeah, go.
You need to fix that. But then I'm like, but they were so excited to see me and they're like fans. And I felt so humiliated to be like, hey, I just shit so much in your bathroom that I plugged your toilet and now it's starting to flood. Who can help me with this? Because then if I do that, then I can't go back, and I wanted it to be one of our spots.
Right.
So if TJ, if you're listening, I apologize for what I did to your establishment.
Right. I love that so because I do very vaguely remember you coming back a little stiff, like to the table, like coming back a little not Dan.
Right, a little like, hey, let's go. We got stuff to do back at the office.
Just box it up.
Come on,
Box it up.
no, we gotta go right now.
Oh man, whoa! I missed the recording. I got 3 interviews right now. But I actually,
and then I didn't say anything. But then the next few times we went, I was always a little in my head because I'm like,
they have to know,
and they talk.
But it's better to them like having to describe it than opposed to like,
oh man,
like if you went and told them,
and then I have to smell it with them.
Every time you come back, you'd be like, oh, there's Dan in his butt.
Dan is
his
fucking
stinky water butt.
abscess butt.
Right.
His death butt.
His death butt. Hey, Danny Death Butt. Hey, guys.
So,
want to go back to 10-6? Nah.
No.
Not today.
Oh, man.
So that was one of our listener edition stories, which I found very entertaining. And we're going to move on to another one here. Our next Dum Dum listener edition comes from fellow dummy Dan Ewert. He writes, hey there, Isby Dum team. I figured you'd all get a kick out of my incredibly stupid injury that led to me needing levels of approval, not only from my wife, but also my friends before I'm allowed to do things I consider fun. On October 2016, my wife and I met some friends at a local golf course to play a few holes, enjoy the day, go have dinner. So we started with lunch and a few beers and a shot, and as one does before a fun day, that's what you do. Out on the course, we had a couple more beers, but no more hard alcohol. It sounds like golfing to me.
Yeah.
As we finished up for the day, and we were driving back to the clubhouse to drop off the golf carts, my inner stupidity made itself very known. We were driving back on the road, not on the actual course, because we only played 9 holes. We're about halfway back to the clubhouse with one set of friends in front of us in a golf cart, my wife and I in the cart, and another couple behind us in theirs. I look at my wife. We're going full speed down the road, and I ask her, hey, babe, do you think I'm fast enough to jump out of the cart while it's still moving, mind you, and then run up and catch the first cart? My wife sarcastically exclaims, oh, yeah, honey, you totally can. I get that. I get that right. I can see that.
Cue carnage.
I can hear that. Now in my slightly buzzed brain, I either didn't hear the sarcasm or I totally just skipped it. So I proceed to jump out of the cart and perform what can only be described as the worst ever performance of a tuck and roll. After I'm done rolling down the street, I pop right back up and look at my wife and say, well, we need to go to the hospital because I shattered my hand.
Oh, no.
I showed her my road rash and very obviously broken hand, and she just starts to shake her head. After getting back into the cart and driving back to the cars, my wonderful wife drove to the hospital shaking her head the entire time. After a wonderful trip to the emergency room and x-rays that confirmed a break that ended up requiring 3 steel pins and
God.
3 months off work,
Jesus.
my wife got together with said friends and came up with a plan. Anytime I want to do something that I consider fun, which is usually pretty stupid, I'm required to start a group text to request approval from the group. I need at least 3 levels of approval to be allowed to do any of the stupid things I like to do. Although I feel my life is incredibly more boring now, seeing as I haven't gotten any approval since. I've only been to the ER twice since then, which is nice.
Oh my God.
Sorry for the long email and poor grammar. Oh, you did fine. But if you've gotten this far, just know the whole family of podcasts you guys run keeps this UPS driver entertained on my route. Regards from one dumb guy, Dan Ewert.
Thank you, Dan.
Let's go ahead and bring up a picture.
I want to see this.
Right, so this is like this is just like you can look at the aftermath. You can see this the hair missing for the you see the rash. So that's apparently where everything got ground down.
And his knuckle doesn't look like it's in the right spot.
No, it's gotten moved quite a bit. And then you got a pin going through it.
Ouch.
So that looks beautiful right there.
That's the worst when you have an injury like that. That like the person who's your spouse would normally be your caretaker.
Right.
You get the sympathy. Like if that would have happened, that exact same injury under very different circumstances. Oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Yeah. But now you're recovering at home for 3 months with somebody who just thinks you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Who's so annoyed that you've missed this work for doing somthing so stupid.
That you thought
so you don't even get the nice nurturing.
You just thought you could Sonic Hedgehog yourself out of that fucking golf cart.
Yes, that's a great reference.
You're like, I got this. I pictured him like already.
I watch movies.
He's already running. He's like, okay, and then just leans out of the cart and goes, wow. But this reminded me, like something stupid like this, reminded me of something that I did in my youth that still, like, it scares me to this day. I did not get hurt at all.
It was
which
a miracle.
Is a fucking miracle. And I should have. And I've looked when I explain it to people, they're like, no fucking way. And I look up the hotel picture so they can see what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
So this was kind of like in the heyday of Jackass.
Okay. Yeah.
When I'm in high school, baseball. We're at a tournament down in, it's like the Rexburg Pocatello area. And we're staying there, and we had a couple games that day and, kicked ass. And we were doing really good. And we were set for the finals. It was a good baseball team. Yeah. So we were done early in the day, and we went back to the hotel room, which was a 3-story fucking hotel room. And when you give a bunch of dumb kids too much time, they're going to find something really dumb to do. So I found out that if you jump on the handrail on the 3rd floor,
oh my God,
it's then very easy to boost yourself up to the roof of the 3rd floor. And there's that being that high up, there is plenty of clearance to jump into the pool from the roof from the 3rd story. And the deepest it got was 8 feet. And I'm up on the 3rd story.
And standing on a railing?
No. So I climbed from the railing onto the roof. So now I have a running platform to jump off of the roof into the pool.
Just for the visual, what do you think is the distance between the base of the building and the pool? Like how far do you have to jump out?
It had
10 feet, 15?
No, 30.
Oh my God!
Probably 30 feet or so. And it was over a metal fence that had like sharp edges. Like one of those black with the arrows on the points.
Where you could have easily impaled yourself.
100% could have impaled myself.
Yeah.
So, as everyone's like, whatever, like, don't do it.
Like a Darwin Award.
Right. And I'm like, it's not that fucking far. So I guess back up. The room, like, it kind of gets around to our friends. So all of our, like, baseball team, like, comes out of their doors to, like, watch me fucking do it. So now I can't back out. Luckily, like, I'm not... I guess in the sense, my coaches weren't there at that time. Right. They didn't see me do the thing.
They weren't cheering you on?
No, they were not cheering me on.
Come on, Joe, you got this, buddy!
So I just run and jump and perfectly into the pool at the perfect angle that I went in and then shot back up. Right. So nothing hit the bottom of the pool, and it was a fucking miracle. That I didn't just shatter every bone in my body doing this. But
so many things so could have went so wrong.
So dumb, it scares me to this day. And it was so dumb because the next day I showed up for a practice, and my coach, he goes, "So I heard about your pool jump." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "So you're not playing for the rest of the tournament?" And I was like,
"Good for him."
And what was funny that we didn't know at the time is that the game before, I had already been suspended for plowing the pitcher at home plate.
Okay.
We didn't know, but I mean, fuck you, man. Like he got in my way.
Yeah,
like it was his fault.
So you were gonna play anyway.
I wasn't, but we didn't know that.
Right.
But I guess I mashed him and fucking like smashed him so hard he dropped the ball, and I was safe. But then I got kicked out of the fucking tournament anyway.
Okay.
For smashing this kid.
Okay.
But we didn't know that. So then I jumped out the roof, and I was for sure kicked out of the rest of the tournament.
You got double eliminated.
I got double ejected.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And then he had to tell my mom. My mom, she's a worrier. So yeah, but I still think about that. I see roofs and I see pools, and I just like I get so tense and nervous just thinking about it.
And now that you have
Just
kids,
trying to
now that you have
show
kids,
off.
you're like, don't you fucking ever do that.
Don't do what Daddy does.
Please, don't do what Dad did. Please.
Please, God. But yeah, that could have.
I could have went real.
There's
bad.
plenty of videos out
That could
there
have went the worst.
of that not going well. Oh, there's plenty of them of people falling
That's
short and
insane.
smashing their knees through their chin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't happen to me.
Thank
That was the dumbest
God.
thing I've done, trying to show off like this dummy here.
Yeah.
Dan.
Dan didn't fare as well.
No, he did not.
He paid the price more than you did.
He did. I've gotten hurt trying to show off like plenty of doing like skateboard and all that kind of stuff. But the whole thing is like show off.
True, that's the whole sport.
So it's a whole sport. It's trying to do something bigger and better. So you get fucking hurt. It's like,
That's true.
oh yeah.
part
Of course you did, you big dummy. Do you want to talk about anything dumb that you've done trying to show off? We did touch a little bit on it. I know there's a ton of stories to that go along with those same things of it is expected that you probably would get hurt, like showing off for kids, like a backflip on a trampoline, whatever it may be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a good one off the back for a particular thing.
Yeah.
I have plenty of like dumb stories, but as far as like showing off, I think a lot of it was like I was never super athletic. So no part of me thought I would pull that off. I would never do that because I'm like, oh, I'll just die.
Right. So
I'll for sure die.
Why do that? I'll be dead.
I'll be dead.
That's fucking stupid.
I was, yeah.
You wouldn't
and I
be
never
like-
did like, they were like got really into skating. I did like rollerblading a little bit, but I never got into like extreme stuff enough to really put myself out there that much. And,
Right.
and I had a similar jump off a roof into a pool, but it's so weak compared to that one. It was just off of one floor, which is still stupid.
Right. You're still stupid.
Still stupid, but I didn't have to jump as far. It was the risk was much lower.
Right.
Yeah.
And one last
I would have never done that.
Right. And one last tidbit before we move on to the Apocalypse Pending segment was that I think about the hotel now. It wasn't like a brand new fucking Ramada. Like the roof was shit.
Oh man.
Like that edge that I planted off of, like that final
you could have
plant
slipped so easy.
could have slipped. It could have broken.
Yep.
Like could have just caved in a little bit and didn't give me the spring. Like all of that shit, man. And I just escaped. I should have been Apocalypse Pending this week, but I'm not, which is good news. Which means we got dumber shit than that. Let's go ahead and bring it up here, Zach.
It's the apocalypse.
It's the apocalypse. This one is going to drive you crazy.
Okay.
And I found this super dumb because it's not only ignoring actual tested medicine altogether, but then she is using her giant following to promote this absolute bullshit.
Okay.
Okay, Zach, we can go ahead and bring it up on the screen. There you go. Oh, see? That was quick. Zach, good job. So bodybuilder Tracy Kiss claims she fights off coronavirus with sperm smoothies.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted by the picture.
Oh, well, those are boobs.
Those are
Have you
boobs.
seen- those are boobs right
I've
there.
seen 'em.
Like, yeah, you've seen those before.
Small frame, big boobs. Okay,
Looks like
okay, got it.
Looks like those are face masks that are boobs are in. Mm-hmm. Like I think that might actually be what it is. Good for you. So you got me a good picture, top notch. But listen to this: a British woman claims that she's been drinking sperm smoothies to fight off coronavirus. Vegan bodybuilder Tracy Kiss claims she has not had a cold or flu for 3 years since she began drinking this unusual concoction, which is made using donations from her boyfriend.
How
Why
much
is that so gross?
How
and
much
weird
is
that
this
way?
dude jerking off? And what a weird thing! Just right off the bat, forget about any health claims. This dude's been jerking off into a blender for 3 years?
Living life on the edge. He does it while the blender's going. It's like,
What a weird money shot. Like with their sex life, they're having this hot sex, and then there's just this blender with milk and protein powder and stuff next to it. It's to turn and then just right into this blender every time. Oh,
I bet you he's like, oh baby, he's like, pull out, and she pulls out, and then she just has a bag, like a Ziploc bag, that she just puts over his dick so that he has to come inside of it.
There's so many things wrong with this already.
Hides things inside of herself so that when he comes, he's whip, zip, pull it out, and it's all put in a sample bag, little sample tube. Inserted sample tube for him to drop his deposit in.
So she's been drinking sperm smoothies for 3 years.
Yeah. So in a post to her almost 500,000, 425,000 Instagram followers, probably cause the boobs.
I'm guessing the boobs play a huge part. I'm guessing the boobs account for about 424,000 of those followers.
The rest are just family and friends. And she decided it's nature's very own free multivitamin and claimed it could fight the early symptoms of a deadly virus. So here's her thought process on it. I'm thrilled to see the world wearing face masks to prevent the spread of coronavirus and allow those already sick to receive the vital treatment they need. So let's switch our mindset to preventing our chance of catching any illness, including COVID-19, by being as healthy and as strong as possible because good defense starts from within.
Blah. This one, I usually get really mad about the people when they make these like pseudoscience claims.
Yeah.
This one is so dumb that anyone who listens and starts doing this, well, you deserve to get sick.
Think there's any husbands or boyfriends out there like, yeah, no, that's right. That's true. We're gonna have to sex 12 times a day.
Right.
And she said it.
I mean, she said it. I mean, to help her, I mean, I gotta, come in your mouth.
And look at her.
You know,
look
you
how
get
great
it.
she is. Gotta come in your mouth, gotta come in all your stuff.
I just love that, like, like, I just picture like a world, like clearly this is not, it's not like this would escape science. It's not like science would have like they know, doctors know what is in sperm. They know like what, components make up sperm.
And I actually looked that up.
Did you look to see if like sperm has any kind of healing benefits?
There, like B12, like there are vitamins in sperm.
But you don't need to get them from sperm.
And you're not going to get shit. Like it's a tiny amount.
Okay, trace amounts.
Just go take a multivitamin and keep the sperm in the other places.
I just picture a world where this works. Like, I picture seeing my doctor, who's like, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I just picture like talking to him, like, yeah, I just been having like, just like kind of continued back pain. And I'm just trying to figure out. He's like, well, let me close it over for a second.
One second.
Okay, this is going to sound a little crazy, but you ever come in your own mouth? I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, huh?
No, just listen. There's a lot of benefits. We don't talk about it publicly a lot.
It's weird at first. That's why I don't have any facial hair. Like it's hard to get the aim down at first, but then once you get it,
can you imagine, doctor? Listen, this sounds crazy. I haven't been sick in 15 years. I don't take meds anymore. I know I'm a doctor. I prescribe them. I started jerking off into my mouth about a decade and a half ago, and I haven't gotten sick since.
Check out these abs. He pulled it just like ripped. I haven't done a sit up either.
Now listen, I'm happy to jerk off in your mouth, but I understand that that's a line for some people. So
and it's probably not covered by your insurance. So I'm gonna have to say that up front. You're gonna have to. It's $50, and most insurances don't cover it.
It's a supply and demand thing. I don't have a lot of sperm, and 2 of my clients are already getting my sperm.
There's a lot of mouths to feed. And before this gets worse, which I wanted to.
Okay.
So she says it isn't much different to a mother breastfeeding her newborn to give them the nutrients they need. Actually, it's way fucking different.
No, it's like a mother. I love like the comparison, like a bird feeding like the baby bird. It's like birds don't jerk off into the baby bird's mouth.
Right, exactly. But it goes on to say that not only she's drinking it, she's rubbing it on her face. Like,
how much cum does this guy have? That he is making smoothies, fucking face masks.
He just has all his buddies come over. All right,
gotta make work.
Gotta make a smoothie. What's a blender in the middle? What a weird game that would be, dude. Just a bunch of your best friends jerking off with a blender in the middle, and like her like cheering you on, like
right. Come on,
mommy's thirsty. I feel I got my nose snuffle nose. And I got a sore throat. Come on, guys.
And you do have to wonder, if she's promoting all of these health benefits from her boyfriend and he believes enough to just keep jerking off into the blender, whatever like that, has she convinced him to also drink his own sperm and also wipe it all over his face? And you would think if all of those powerful disease-preventing nutrients are in the sperm and dudes already have that in our fucking bodies, that we would all just be superhumans who never get sick.
You've cracked the code, my friend.
You would think that her theory would fall apart on just dudes getting sick who have balls full of this miracle elixir.
There's so many different pictures going through my head right now. One of them is like, imagine you're in a like an urgent care, and you walk down, all the doors are open. It's just nothing but doctors jerking off on people.
You have a line of ER doctors ready to go. Like they keep it. It's hard. They haven't came yet, but they're right at the edge.
Next.
And then somebody's like, "Oh, we got trauma. We got a car accident. This guy, we got to get some blood." The doctor just pops out from the and then just.
All better.
He jerks off on like his arm is hanging by a fucking tendril of skin, and he just shoots it right on where the arm should connect, and you just see just like reconnect to his body,
rubbing it in.
Oh, that's a close one.
Thanks, Doc.
That is the dumbest shit, but that is so dumb that just based on like what is it Darwinism, not dang it, survival of the fittest,
right?
Natural selection, as I was trying to think.
Okay.
Just following natural selection. you should, if you're willing to like, oh, okay, I guess sperm.
Entertain that idea,
and you start using it, and then you get sick and die. I don't fucking care.
I don't care.
I don't care one bit.
Yeah, I have one more vision that I got to say before we move on here.
Okay.
And that is when you mentioned like talking him into drinking his own sperm.
Yeah.
I imagine like he's sick. He's super sick. He's got the flu, and she's like, I got something you need for you. And like she's sneaking like little pills in there, and then he's like squirts. Just babe, God damn it. Quit putting semen in my mouth. It's good.
It's good.
Look, I'm
I'm
sick.
helping.
I'm not sick. Just like so he's sneaking it into his food. Just like you're gonna feel better, babe.
Come on.
So that was the dumbest thing that we came across this week.
That's super dumb.
And I'm excited to see what we have in store for 1-star heroes.
I get no respect in real life. Always am upset, so I let them know I hate them on the internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people writing in saying they have that jingle stuck in their head all day, and that makes me so happy.
I love it.
It's the terrible one to have in there. Just
Infectious. Yeah. So
okay, so what'd you find?
I found the San Diego Zoo.
Okay.
Now, San Diego Zoo, known as one of America's, biggest and best zoos.
Yeah, pretty much any other zoo wants to be the San Diego Zoo.
Right. On Yelp, it has almost 4,500, just under 4,500 reviews, which is a ton for Yelp.
Yeah.
4.5 stars. So, with that many reviews, pretty impressive to have that good of a ranking.
Yeah.
And especially, I would say, because it's a known zoo, people have expectations coming there, and then it has to live up to those expectations. So it's doing a good job.
Right.
But not for
I
some
don't want
people.
no like fucking normal, somewhat beautiful spider monkeys.
Right.
I want pristine.
I want pristine spider monkeys.
Yeah. Like the kind that are every other zoo is using for their pictures to show that they have nice spider
I want
monkeys.
those hippos to fucking tap dance.
Shine.
Choreographed routine.
Yep.
Yep, right, exactly.
Like want to see the glisten. I want to see nice bald heads.
I want to see the lions and the lemurs do some kind of rhythm gymnastics routine, and I want it to be flawless.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of expectations.
Very high. Very high.
So, but it didn't live up for some people.
Wow.
And we're going to start.
How about that?
Let's go to Randy P. Here on the screen. Randy P. from Chula Vista. This one did kill me.
Okay.
I was born and raised here, and I will say right there, I do not like the kind of person who's like, listen, I was born and raised. Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Been here my whole life.
I've been here no one cares. Just say what you need to say. Other than that,
yeah. Start after that part.
That doesn't like give you extra. I don't
credence,
know.
like make you want to pay attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a badge of honor. It's like
right.
just fucking.
It's a zoo.
Yeah,
I don't care. Were you born and raised in the zoo? No, you weren't. Shut up. I was born and raised here, and although the zoo itself was amazing, a 5-star, trying to navigate this park is horrific.
Oh man.
If you find walking long distances and going up and down hills is hard, then I'd seriously reconsider or find another mode of getting around the park, wheelchair, etc. So essentially, what this entire review is, I'm lazy. And this giant, big, beautiful park is giant and big. And I don't like that, because that's a lot of walking.
You want to teleport? Good luck. Right. You're going to have to walk places in this.
Sure, they have other options, and they do provide wheelchairs, but I didn't take that, so fuck them. Like, wait, what? This is all about him.
I like him, like walking up to the gate. Someone's like, he's here. Like, Randy's here. And they get a little dolly out. Just kind of like put it under his feet. Just...
wheel him around the park.
Where do you want to go? Penguins!
But that is the dumbest thing for a zoo known to be a giant zoo, and your complaint is, I gotta walk everywhere.
They're going to Disneyland and being pissed. It's so big.
Right.
Could you put the roller coasters on top of each other?
What do you mean you can't? You don't have enough money to get a moving sidewalk put in every single part of this park? Oh, you're trying to tell me that some people like a nice walk in nature? Okay.
Believe it when I see it.
So this next one,
all right,
Tiffany M. from Beverly Hills. I thought it was just petty.
Okay.
I went here because the internet said it was so amazing. It is not. It is a lot of walking uphill, downhill.
These people,
they don't like the walking.
God damn.
So lazy. They have 2 options, that steep path or the really steep path. I'm not kidding. The sign says this. They have more boo and walking than animals. Yeah, that's kind of how bamboo works.
Yeah.
It is a waste of time and so expensive.
Can you imagine it's the other way around?
Right. Like she wanted some ratio.
Three stalks of bamboo and 600 lions.
Finally, someone got it right.
Nailed it. This is the zoo I wanted.
I love zoos. We always find a zoo when we go on trips, and this was the worst. I couldn't get out of bed the next day. I was so sore. So again, you're mad that it was too much walking. It is crowded. Crowed. It was crowed. Meant crowd. And no fun at all. The pandas were disappointing too. All the animals looked depressed and possibly drugged. And that's a big complaint at zoos in general. Like the animals don't look excited. What do you fucking want? It's like most of these animals in the wild do sleep most of the time. And these people have this weird Disney expectation where they're going to come and the animals I'm an animal. I'm so excited. Hey, look at all these people looking at me, dancing around, eating what you want me to eat, doing all the things you saw on a fucking documentary.
Moonwalking,
right?
Like painting on an easel.
right.
Like all of them can do it.
Sure, the panda could juggle, but not that well.
He didn't do it. He only had 3 balls. No tricks. He didn't pull anything out of my nephew's ear. I hate this place.
This place sucks. So ridiculous that those two were about the walking.
All right.
This next one, this is, oh my God, this person is so punchable to me.
Okay.
Whoever this WW lady is
0
in San Diego.
friends. So that's cool.
0 friends.
Got it.
And I feel like that applies to the rest of her life, not just Yelp. After reading this,
58 reviews and 0 friends. Like that ratio is way off.
She says you can't touch animals.
Okay.
The sharks in with the penguins are the wrong type. Whatever that means, like you know better than the people to do. They built a gigantic waterfall in a drought area. Their buses still use fuel, so you choke when they drive past. Half of the exhibits don't have signage. The final straw was when my family discovered a Phoebe chick stuck in a trough. The nearby keeper didn't even want to help out and move it somewhere safer. What a jerk. You'll help save pandas, but not our own little birds? Lame. We dropped our passes after that incident, and they were glad to see you shitheads go.
They couldn't
They
wait.
do not miss you.
They were pissed when you bought them. They are stoked you are now gone.
I just love such a visual. This person like choke seriously. You choke. So do you just spend your life around all the other automobiles that are on every single road of America?
Where's she from?
I wish I could go back to my bubble.
The air's not as clean as the Arctic Circle where I live. It's like, yeah, of course it's not. Fucking idiot.
And I love this. They discovered a little bird stuck in a trough, and they're like, how dare the zookeeper's not like, all right, everybody, we got a code red. We got a small bird.
Forklift.
We got a small bird native to this area. I know there are thousands, and maybe we shouldn't care. But this one stuck. We need to get all the animals in their pens. We have to save this little bird. You know why they don't care about this little bird? Because as much as the pandas, because they're not fucking endangered.
And they're not pandas. I mean, just in general, they're not fucking pandas. Come on.
It's not all equal.
I had my kids, and they were in trouble, and had a panda. Like, I'd be like, I go with the panda. Like,
and I love you can't touch the animals. Right? Her opening sentence, like you're an idiot.
Can't pet a penguin.
It's a zoo, not a petting zoo. This isn't the county fair where you get to pet a goat.
Yeah.
Like this is an actual
ride
zoo.
a little pony. Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
So then Anna V here. This one, I don't buy her assessment of what happened.
Okay.
Just left the park in tears after being publicly humiliated over the intercom and escorted off of the bus tour because my 2-year-old son started to cry.
Fucking.
I understand that a child crying can be an inconvenience to others. However, that situation could have been handled kindly and with compassion as opposed to publicly over the intercom. Beyond disappointed with our experience. Okay, this is so ridiculous. So what did you expect? The tour bus to stop the tour,
sure,
and then the bus driver sneaks back, hey guys, I gotta check something in the back, and then on his way to the back, he whispers, we gotta get you and your son off of here. You're really disruptive. I don't want to cause a scene.
You guys are in danger.
But you guys are in danger. A lot of the other people are mad. So I'm gonna act like we've broken down. Then you privately and casually just walk off and go about your day.
And then I'll imagine
here's $20.
Right.
Just get the kid some ice cream cones.
Cheer him up.
Her expectation of how life is supposed to work is preposterous. And that son did not start crying barely, and then they stopped a tour bus. No way this happened as she described it.
No.
That kid was a screaming fucking brat that was ruining the tour.
Yep.
And you were too self-absorbed and stupid to notice that, so they had to tell you to leave.
Like they were screaming
That's how that went down.
so loud, the intercom wouldn't cover your child's fucking cry.
Right.
And everyone around was probably laughing, like looking and like looking at the guy and being like, fuck, I can't hear.
Like, I can't hear.
Doing that, like I can't hear you motion.
There is no way.
They had to save it. They got you out of there.
Right.
Or it didn't even fucking happen. And she just like had a lot of this weird brain stuff and built in this huge dramatic scene.
I think she's a liar.
Imagine the bus driver being like, "Oh, look at that crying baby!"
Yeah. I know,
like making everyone laugh at it.
A happy tour driver. I've been to the million tours in those kind of places.
They've never dealt with anything weird.
And honestly, like they always, in my experience, go so far the other way where people can be disruptive and they're not
hard enough.
Hard enough. And that's why there's no part of me thinks that this kid's crying. All right, everybody, we got to stop the tour. Some fucking brat in the 4th row is being a piece of shit.
You see him?
Everyone point at him. Get him and his fucking mom out of here now. Like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
There's no way that happened.
She's a liar.
Not a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
So Israel, 2 more.
Okay.
Israel A. This is just reminding me the same thing. This is, again, a parent who just has no clue of how reality is supposed to work.
All right.
And I say this as a parent who has taken his kids to many amusement parks, zoos.
Oh, yeah.
And when they act out of hand to movies, I know it's my responsibility to take them out of there to not disrupt it for everybody else.
Yeah, yank
which
them
I
out.
have done many times. We've called things early to not ruin a day. So I speak from experience here.
A ton of times we've done that.
Yeah. So Israel A says, I just left the zoo and tried to take my daughter on the carousel on our way out. They closed just as we arrived, and I understand that, but the lack of compassion and understanding of a 2-year-old's disappointment was disturbing to me. The teenage kids would rather be looking at their cell phones and explain to my daughter that she could ride next time. Very rude. And when I made a comment, I got negativity in response. Very dissatisfied and disappointed. My daughter cried. I wish I could give a negative star.
Oh my God.
Okay,
that's
Israel.
their fault.
Yeah, that's the people. No, that's your fault. Here, you need to give yourself a negative star for being a fucking terrible parent.
Yeah.
It's your job to tell your daughter that you can go the next time, and you should tell them, sorry, mommy or daddy is stupid and didn't budget their time well and tried to take you to a ride when the place was fucking closing. This is like that person who comes, it's like the place closes at like 5 o'clock and they walk in at 4:59 and are outraged when like they're not given service. As opposed to like my wife and I, it's like we don't like to go to a place if it's within 45 minutes of closing.
Sure.
Closing. Because because we've worked in service.
Yeah.
We understand that they're trying to get along with their day. This person's in their own little bubble, and there's like, how could they not cater to me?
She's like the same personality. She probably would have got mad if they did do something like that. Like, how are you going to teach you're trying to teach my kid manners? Like it's that same personality that she's going to flip it on you no matter what.
I love this part, just stomping on outrage culture, because people have gone out of control with what they bitch about right now.
Yeah,
and
insane.
it drives me insane.
Yeah.
This last one, this is the one that I thought was the most ridiculous. Sarah L, 1 star. As it was, everybody else was.
Right.
Sorry, can't give any zoo a good review. Then why even go?
Okay.
Especially when they serve animals as food. Cognitive dissonance, anyone? No, Sarah, you don't know how the fucking world works. I thought about this for a second. I'm like, and just for a half second, she pulled me in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess it is a little weird that they're serving meat. I'm like, no, it's not. They're not feeding the lions veggie burgers.
Yeah.
They're feeding them literally other animals' flesh that could be from the park.
Right.
Because that's how nature works.
That's how how circle of life is.
Yep, it's based on predators.
Right.
Like these people kill me when these animal lovers, and I'm an animal lover, but I'm a realist. I'm an animal lover and a hunter.
Yeah.
Because I understand how the world works. Like these people think like, oh my God, how could they fucking have this meat for sale, and then there's these animals they're protecting over here. They don't have a cow exhibit at the zoo.
Yeah.
They don't have because no one's trying to save.
But
cows.
even if they did,
And even if they did, they'd still serve burgers. You know
of course
what?
they would.
Because they're fucking delicious. Hey, Sarah. Have you had a cheeseburger?
Have you ever been to Texas? Like they have the whole chain of restaurants that have cows like in the back that they kill
Right.
and then bring the meat to you in the front.
And people who get sad about that, I often wonder like,
That is pretty dark. But yeah.
and even that
But
doesn't
it's
bother me.
fresh.
Doesn't
It's
bother
fresh.
me one
I know.
bit.
I've eaten there.
Because I think about like if you released all these animals and just let them be out in the wild. It's not a Disney movie. They're not
No.
going to be out holding hands and hooves and skipping and just
I just can't wait to be king. No, it's not.
right. Other predators are going to be killing them in a much more brutal fashion,
Ripping their
than any
fucking
butcher.
limbs off.
Ripping their limbs off, gnawing on them while they're still alive.
Like playing with them a little bit, watching
Yep.
the blood squirt out.
Oh yeah, any wolf, lion, mountain lion, they're like serial killers.
Yeah.
That's how they survive. And if they don't get eaten enough, then they overpopulate and then they starve to death. Also worse than being butchered.
And then when they starve to death, guess what?
What?
Someone else is going to eat them.
Right.
Yeah. Another animal's going to come up and chew their
Carried in,
body
yep,
up.
vultures
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
I pictured like the staff rolling out a tofuki.
Oh my God.
Like our tofurkey to the to the lion.
Yeah.
He's like, like his face is smash it. Fuck that.
And I get it if it upsets you too much. My sister is a vegetarian. I was married to a vegetarian before. Like I get it. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if you're
I don't care
vegetarian. I don't
either.
care if you're vegan. But if you're doing it because you think that like no, it's wrong to hurt animals, well then you're being a fucking silly goose.
Yeah, you're goosing.
You don't understand how nature works.
You're goosenecking.
Sorry.
Get out of here.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
Go sit at the kiddies table.
And don't go to the zoo.
Don't go to the
You're
zoo.
gonna hate it. There's no way you're gonna like it.
Right.
There's no way. That was great. I loved One Star Heroes.
Yay, I feel better.
Yay,
I got some anger out.
Got out of there. Let's take a look at a good side. Good side of the internet. Sliver of hope.
Sliver of hope.
This one caught my eye just because it's so gosh dang cute.
I like cute.
It's very, very cute. There's not a whole lot of setup because I guess there's not a whole lot of story here.
Okay.
But it is great. Zach, go ahead and bring it up. An Ohio man built a backyard squirrel bar with 7 varieties of nuts on tap.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this shit. It's called the Nutty Bar.
That is adorable.
It's so adorable, and the story behind it is even better. It's just an example of being nice, being a good neighbor. So people are going nuts for an Ohio woodworker's latest creation, a bar that caters to neighborhood squirrels. Michael Dutko, 35-year-old hobbyist, has been creating art and household items from wood for most of his life, and even chronicles it on his YouTube channel, Duke Harmon Woodworking. But it's a fun twist on the squirrel feeder that has made him internet famous.
I'm having such deja vu. Have you and I talked about this before?
I don't think so. No, I mean there are fun things like this.
Oh man, where
We've maybe discussed squirrel picnic tables, in the past, but I don't think it was this. But Duco said he built it to help his neighbor with her bird watching hobby, which I love. He goes, the whole reason I even started to make this is because my neighbor bird watches with her daughter and told me all the squirrels keep getting in her way.
My God.
I didn't even tell her what I was going to do. I just built it and put it back there. And when she saw it, she started cracking up.
That is adorable.
Yeah, it's very funny. So the lucky squirrels who find their way to the bar get to choose from 7 different nuts named after beers.
Aww.
I'm not going to name them here. But Duco's favorite part is the bar is the quirky bathroom signs, nuts and no nuts. Get out of here. Get out of here, cute little guy.
Come on,
cute little guy. Project measures about 25 inches wide and 16 inches tall. Took him 8 hours to design and build. He's going to sell the Nutty Bar for like $175, $200.
Yeah.
And if he does, and I come across this later, I'm going to buy one because that's so funny.
That is awesome.
It's so funny.
And really well done.
Right. Yeah, it's beautiful. The design looks a little bit like a Ouija board, which
oh yeah, I guess it kind of does,
which I'm okay with. But again, we're looking at the pictures here, and we will grab those pictures and post them up on our Instagram and Facebook accounts at @IsWeDumb.
That is so cool.
Yeah, short and sweet for
way to have fun.
Yeah,
maybe some squirrels running around.
Made me very happy. And now we're going to move on to just some weird shit that I found this week.
Okay.
You ready? All
I'm
right.
ready.
To you from internet.
The internet has all sorts of neat things. Anything you want can be yours. Let's take a peek, together, as a couple. To you, from internet.
A lot of dummies sent this in.
Okay.
I didn't want to credit one because they're honest, like 20, 25 people sent in this story. And the setup is this guy, which it is pretty obvious it's a joke.
Okay.
But it's a really good joke. He went down to a city council meeting to bring up an issue with the Lincoln City Council.
Okay.
And we're just going to play the video here. Go ahead and bring it up, Zach. Thank you. Here we go. So he's just, typical setting.
Time here. My name is Andrew Christensen. I live at 1212 Twin Ridge Road. Lincoln has the opportunity to be a social leader in this country. We have been casually ignoring a problem that has gotten so out of control that our children are throwing around names and words without even understanding their true meaning and treating things as though they're normal. I go into nice family restaurants and I see people throwing this name around and pretending as though everything is just fine. I'm talking about boneless chicken wings. I propose that we as a city remove the... Excuse me, I'm trying to... Excuse me, come on.
Getting mad at the guy.
That we as a city remove the name boneless wings from our menus and from our hearts. These are our reasons why. Number one, nothing about boneless chicken wings actually come from the wing of a chicken. We would be disgusted if a butcher was mislabeling their cuts of meats, but then we go around and pretending as though the breast of the chicken is its wing. Number two, boneless chicken wings are just chicken tenders, which are already boneless. I don't go to order boneless tacos. I don't go and order boneless club sandwiches. I don't ask for boneless auto repair. It's just what's expected. Okay. And then number three, we need to raise our children better. Our children are raised being afraid of having bones attached to their meat. That's where meat comes from. It grows on bones. We need to teach them that the wing of a chicken is from a chicken, and it's delicious. I propose that we rename boneless wings in the city of Lincoln. We can call them buffalo-style chicken tenders. We can call them wet tenders. We can call them saucy nugs or trash. We can take these steps and show the country that where we stand, and that we understand that we've been living a lie for far too long. And we know it because we feel it in our bones.
Oh my God.
See you later, buddy.
I thought he was going to take that in such a different direction. I thought he was going to act like there's a real problem with boneless chickens.
Right.
And these poor creatures need our help, not to just be harvested for their delicious boneless wings.
Right.
That was he played that really straight.
He did. It's very entertaining.
He held it together.
I love a good mock
Yep,
city
good
council
satire.
meeting because the whole thing's fucking.
Oh, yeah.
The whole process is such a joke.
I
lot of times.
love that you had that guy stop laughing.
He's like, please, sir.
Please, sir, this is serious.
Yeah, but don't do this to me now. Not now. I put a lot of work into this.
Well, thank you everybody for sending that our way.
Yeah, let's we got a couple more quick ones to take a peek at here. And this one was sent our way by dummy Timothy Adams, which there isn't a whole lot to say about it.
Okay.
But Zach, go ahead and bring it up here. As you can see, it's a sexy taxidermied rat underwear.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Oh my God.
It is 2 rats that are sewn together, back to back, like a thong. Their heads still attached on the front and back, and then it has like the Chevelle or whatever that. What's that symbol on the front? The C and the C.
I don't know.
Chanel.
Oh yeah, I think it's Chanel. I
Yeah.
think it's Chanel.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a Chanel pay, and the ties on the side.
And this is real. This
It's
is real.
Yeah, it exists. Someone made some rat underwear.
I gotta say. Okay, when I was single, partying.
Yeah.
If I go back to some girl's house, she's hot.
Okay.
And then she has like the rat panties.
Okay.
I'm not turned off.
You're not.
No, because I'm thinking like shit's gonna get interesting.
It's not going to be boring sex.
No. No.
Not
now,
even-
when you got rat heads on your panties, it's not going to be, let's put on some little Michael Bublé.
Right.
And just have some
It's going to put on Pantera or Pantera and fuck my brains out.
Right, exactly.
Right, I got you.
Okay.
And one more to look at. I know that you hate balloons, but I
do.
don't think you hate them. You hate these balloons. So
might.
this is very simple. Zach, go ahead and bring it up. This is just rudeballoons.com.
Huh?
And it's just balloons for your party that say super rude stuff on them, like happy fucking whatever. This party is shit, and fuck me, you're old.
I do like the sayings. I still hate the balloons.
Okay, you'd be scared of them, but
I'd be scared of them.
happier around them.
If I had to have balloons, these are the kind of balloons I'd want.
Right. And you can you can get these right now. They're high quality, and they will just make whatever party you're at less shitty.
This is such a simple concept. Where it's like there's been printed balloons forever. And all they did was just take the regular printed balloons and just put like profanity on them.
Yeah, put mean stuff on them.
I love that like genius where it's like I'd never thought of that. What a great twist and so easy. I hope they're killing it.
Right. Or like I want one that's just like huge across the whole front. It just says fuck. Like
like
and
the air
more
coming
you,
out.
the more you blow it up, it just gets bigger and bigger, and it's just like a huge balloon. That's all it says on it.
That
just says fuck.
Good for them for just taking such a simple concept and running with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And those are 3 funny things that I found this week.
Good job.
We're gonna be wrapping things up. We do have an update that's gonna make you feel at home.
Okay.
Which is great here. It's an update from fellow dummy Sean Turner. He writes, guys, I just want to say y'all are killing it. The new podcast is awesome.
Yes.
One more show, and you guys will completely fill up my week with solid entertainment.
Yes.
I've listened to a few shows that seem like they don't have a solid train of thought going into it, and they aren't the greatest, but your back and forth banter blows. No, it's great. 3 out of 5 stars. Keep up the good work.
Thank
He goes,
you.
Also, Dan, I just want to tell you, you're not alone, man. Last week, I was at the gas pump filling up my work truck while listening to some shitty podcast called Time Suck.
Okay.
And I guess I was too focused on that because when I heard the pump click, I jumped out, grabbed the fuel hose, and ripped it out, bathing my truck and myself in gasoline. I locked eyes with the guys whose pump did actually go off.
Yeah.
For 3 full seconds, looked at each other in mutual confusion. I was confused as to what the fuck was going on. He was probably confused about the idiot in front of him wearing watering concrete with explosive liquid dinosaur.
Oh my God.
So-
explosive liquid dinosaur.
Right.
Nice.
It's a good description.
That's
so you're
a
not
great
alone.
gas description.
Pulling it out. I've
Somebody
been in the
else did it
car
recently.
on 2 different occasions where my friend, I've never done it myself, they've driven off with the pump
Oh
in.
no,
And
I'm worried about that.
It doesn't explode. It has like a safety mechanism, but definitely it just rips it right the fuck out.
Oh man.
And it's happened twice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I've never seen that, but that's something I've always been worried about doing myself.
Me too. I've almost done it a few
Sorry,
times.
to
but I
drive
haven't.
off. Oh, man.
Anyways, as always, thanks to Zach Cohen for creating some custom music beds for the show. Thanks to Logan and Kate, the Keith at Spicy Club, pumping out the best merch in the podcast game for all of the Bad Magic production podcasts. You can check those all out at badmagicmerch.com. Thanks to Zach Flannery for producing and directing,
Yay,
and
Zach.
for allowing me to yell at him and be my whipping post. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at IsWeDumb. Also find us online at iswedumb.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bad Magic Productions. And if you want to send in the segment contest, because I'm sure
Yeah.
we will have more listener edition things. I mean, you guys are just so dumb that we have to showcase it.
And keep sending in the 1
Yeah,
stars. I know
of course.
we'll have a listener edition version of that
Yeah,
too. So
right.
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stacking up and it's really fun. Dumb at isbedumb.com. All the general questions you can info at isbedumb.com. Yeah, but over 1,000 reviews already on Apple Podcasts, which is great, you guys. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
it's
checking
growing,
it out.
so we know that's because of you guys. So thank you.
Yes. And let's just wrap things up here really quick with our neat fact.
Wow, neat fact.
And I'm hoping you don't know this one.
Okay.
Did you know there's a town in Nebraska called Monowai with a population of 1? The only resident is a woman who is the mayor, bartender, and librarian. And it's just her in that town. She still lives there this day. It's a population of 1.
The town dies when she does.
Sure does. Bye, guys.